Monica, we are live. We are live. Good afternoon. Okay. Good evening.
Good evening to you, Zippy.
Sawa. Karibu sana, karibu sana. So for the viewers and the audience, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This depends on where you're watching from. My name is Zippy, Zippy the nurse on YouTube. But I am Zipporah Gishohi, a nurse by profession. In Africa, to be precise, in Kenya, I practice in Kenya. I am currently practicing in Kenya. We are in this journey of demystifying Nclex, and now we are going further, and we are growing further and bigger and bigger. So today here, like you can see, we are coming live from Kenya, and we want to give you guys some good news. The good news is we, as a group of nurses, have come together, me and my colleague, plus other people you will be meeting along the journey. Monica, kindly say hi to the audience so that they know who we are before we continue.
Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Monica Njeri. Zippy is my colleague. And yeah, we've come together to demystify about this Nclex that we kept hearing before we got to do it. And it's doable, guys. With practice and efforts, it is doable. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Monica. And so without wasting so much time, I think I would explain briefly why we are here or why we are doing this together. We are here because we are a group of nurses who have a common goal in making sure that you guys out there know what you're doing when you're starting this journey. The journey we are talking about is the USRN journey. For you to become a nurse in the United States of America, in New Zealand, in Canada, in Australia, you need to be certified first. And for you to be certified, you need to sit for an exam that is called the Nclex. Me, I have passed through the same, but I did the old Nclex generation. When you are along the journey, you will hear people saying there was Nclex old generation and there's Nclex new generation. It's just the same thing. But Monica here, who is my colleague, a USRN currently, has done the new Nclex generation, as she will be telling us about it later on as we go on through this video. So I would wish to introduce to you briefly who we are or what we are doing here. We, like I've said, we are a group of nurses. We've come together to demystify these Nclex. Demystifying in simple terms means making it easier, making it look easier, not like the giant. When we were starting, we used to hear people say that Nclex is so difficult. I am a nurse in Kenya. I have done so many exams. You're a nurse out there. You've done so many exams. But when it comes to Nclex, you hear people saying that exam is so difficult. It's a giant. But now we are here as a group of nurses who are so enthusiastic in impact knowledge, like in impacting knowledge to other nurses and making sure that it looks easier. It looks like an easy journey for you. So we are trying to help you, work with you, so that you're able to ace this examination with your first trial or on your first trial. So in brief, I would like to say, what is this Nclex? Nclex in general, like I've said, it's an exam that you need to do for you to be certified to work in the United States, and you have to be a nurse in your country of origin. For example, right now, I'm a nurse in Kenya. If I want to go and work in the US, I have to be certified as a nurse there. So I have to send my documents in the US, and there's a board. There are normally several boards that needs to verify my documents or to accredit my documents. In this case, we're talking about JSA, that is Joseph Finley and Associates, or there is CGFNS. So when you come to us as a new nurse, we will assist you in opening up an account so that you're able to verify your documents, so that they tell you for sure you're a nurse in Kenya, for sure you're a nurse in Uganda, for sure you're a nurse in Tanzania, and you can work in the US, you can work in the Canada, you can, or wherever it is that you're aspiring to work. Then from there, we'll assist you revise, we'll assist you plan for your NCLEX. It's just the same like the way you normally revise for the NCK exam. So in this case, me, Boniface, another guy who will introduce to you along the way, plus Monica here, plus a group of other nurses will assist you revise for that exam. For you to sit for that exam, you have to go for an exam center. You can't sit for that exam in your house. You can't sit for that exam in the Nursing Council of Kenya. You can't sit for that exam in the Nursing Council of Uganda, Tanzania, or wherever it is that you're based. You will have to go to a testing center, whereby in this case, for the purpose of NCLEX, we call it Pearson View. Pearson View, you need to have an account with them. That Pearson view, good news is, like you had seen on this channel, we had talked about Pearson view having been brought closer to you people, having had to reduce the expenses for you, because initially we only used to have one Nclex exam center, which is Pearson, and it was based in Sandton City in South Africa. That's why you used to hear so many people say, I am doing my Nclex exam and I'm going to South Africa. That is basically what was happening. If you don't get a slot, if you don't get a date, maybe for South Africa, you will have to. We used to travel all the way to India. Some other people, you'd hear them say they went to New York. So now we have a testing center in Kenya. I am not yet sure if it's functional because we've not had students who have gone through it, but I believe it's going to be functional very soon. So that means if you're there and you're aspiring to sit for this exam, it means it will be very easy for you because you don't need to pay a lot of money for the flight, for the accommodation in South Africa and all that. If you're in Nairobi, you just need to pop into an exam center which is based at Nairobi. That is Westlands area. Am I right, Monica?
Yes, it's in Westlands.
Yes. And I understand even Nairobi Hospital, the Cecily McDonald something, they're supposed to open up a new a center as well. So it becomes easier for you. So we, as Demystified Nclex review series with review course with Zippy the nurse, will be assisting you as well. We'll guide you to open up an account with Pearson View. We will show you how you're supposed to identify yourself with a state of with the boards, whatever. Like, in the US, we have several states. Let me just briefly narrow it down like this. In the US, we have several states, and each state has a board of nursing. So for you as a nurse in Kenya, for you as a nurse in Uganda or Tanzania, you need to identify yourself with a certain board in the US. So we'll assist you in identifying which state is easier, which state does not have a lot of complications for you to identify yourself with it, open an account with it, so that they are able to authorize you, because they need also to look at your documents, look at your history, and then maybe they are able to assist you and guide you on how you're going to get your authorization to test exam. And then from there, we will let you now go to the agency. From there, we as the group, like we have come together as well, we will now assist you to identify which agency is better. In this case, I'm saying which agency is better, not in terms of like how fast it is, but which agency is better in terms of payment, which agency is better in terms of you, your welfare, and your family. In this case, we are saying about when you're talking about agencies, there are different types of agencies. You find there is an agency that will give you a direct hire in the US, and you find that there's an agency that will indirectly hire you. If it's a direct hire, it means you're directly employed by the hospital in the States. That means you will get a little bit higher amount of money other than that person who is employed directly by the agency through a hospital. Because when you have an indirect hire, it means there is a middleman between you and the hospital that is employing you, which means the money will not be channeling. They'll not be channeling the money directly to your account. Rather, they'll be channeling the money direct to somebody's account, which is the agency, and then the agency pays you and it bonds you for a period of time, depending on what kind of contract you'll have signed with them. So we, as Demystified Nclex review course with Zip in the Nurse, including Monica here, and the guy that will be introducing to you very soon, we are here to assist you. We are here to assist you because we've gone through the same process, we've gone through the same procedures. We have known that it is doable, we have gone through it, we have passed, and we are here now encouraging you people and telling you that it is doable and you guys can do it. For me to tell you that it is doable, let's hear from Monica as she takes us through what happened during her time as she was doing the Nclex review, as she was doing her Nclex, which was a new generation. Later on, I'll be coming here with my experience when I was sitting for the old Nclex generation. And I think Monica, as one of the directors of the company, I'll hand over the mantle to you so that you tell us how was your experience with the new Nclex.
Okay, I started the journey, and I remember we used to. Zippy is my colleague, so we used to revise her questions as she was preparing for the Nclex. So when I heard that they were changing to the new generation, I was like, that fear of changing to another thing that you're not sure of. I really tried to have done my paperwork so that I could have done the previous Nclex, but something just held my time, so I was not able to do the previous Nclex. But finally, I did the new generation. Those who did the previous ones say that the new generation is a bit fairer in the marking. It has minimum of 75 questions to a maximum of 150, which are all multiple choice questions, and they want the best amongst the choices that they have given you. All of them may be right, but they want the best. So it's quite a tricky exam. You need to have content, not just the content that you're given, probably if you are under the agency. They usually give you some modules to read and go through. That is not enough. Despite doing all that and doing the questions in the question bank, you also need to have content, like you have to do the Sounders book. I can say I read that book chapter to chapter, apart from the ones that I knew I was good at. Not really good because I've done critical care nursing. So the critical care nursing we really did thorough cardiovascular and respiratory. So those ones I did not really dwell in them. So I dwelt in what was new to me. But I'd say I just did all the chapters apart from probably 5 chapters. I was not able to go through them. And as you're waiting to do your exam, don't wait till now you want to get serious as you're waiting for your ATT. Please try read before, because once they send you the ticket, the flight ticket, anxiety sets in. You're not able to prepare for that exam better. Anxiety sets in. You're not able to read. So I'd advise those who are preparing, try and read before. Once you even given the ATT, by the time the ATT is coming, ensure that you have content and you've really gone through the question banks, so that by the time they're sending you the flight ticket, I don't know if it happens with everyone, but myself, I just felt like after I saw the flight details, I got quite anxious. So this Nclex has the select all that apply question. You're given a question that has like 10 answers. So you are supposed to choose among the 10 answers. So if you're not sure about the answer, please don't select it. Try and select those ones that you are quite sure about. It's called starter safety, because if you choose any and then it happens that you have chosen more of the wrong answers than the right ones, you lose your marks. So try and play safe with the starter questions. There's also the drag and drop questions. In the new generation, they give us the lab values, which I understand that the previous exam we were supposed to read and understand and remember.
Yeah.
So at least when they give you, and in the new generation, you have three case studies that they give you a scenario. A patient presents with this. They give you the vitals. They give you the lab results. So you're able to pick from all that information they've given you. You're supposed to answer the questions and get them right. So you can get probably more than the three case studies, but usually they are a minimum of the three case studies, which is different from the other Nclex, because they never used to have the case studies. So
Wow.
you really got to know your content well, so that
Wow.
visually twist those questions in such a way that if you just saw that question in a question bank, cramming will not really help you, because all they do is they keep twisting the question. But if you know the content, the answer will not change. You'll just be able to know it is twisted, so you will know the right answer to pick from the choices that you have. Probably, sorry for
Sorry.
that.
Yeah.
In the other nursing exams I've done, I never got to do any multiple choice questions. But probably those who have done their exams after the COVID era, probably they are more conversant with the multiple choice questions. But I'd say in all the exams I've done, they were the mixture of multiple choice questions and the long answer questions and the short answer questions. This is the
Yeah.
only exam that I was able to do that has all MCQs, and it was quite tricky. So those who are preparing really get to have your content ready in your fingertips, because if you don't have the content, you may go all that way and fail that exam. And all we want is a pass rate. So let's really let's keep time and let's be able to have the content as we read through the book of Sounders. That's all I could say. Sounders is the mother of them all. All the content you
Yeah.
need is
Yeah.
in as you listen to a simple nursing on YouTube. Most of the things that they teach also, you can see that they've gotten their content also from the same Sounders. It may seem like a very big book, and I guess it has like 1,500 pages, but let it not
Yeah.
discourage you, because if you're able to do, everyone knows how they work best. I guess if I read I found that it was easier for me to do chapter by chapter, because today if I open this page, tomorrow you open that page, I don't know how well you're going to arrange that content in your mind, because as you're preparing for that exam, you really have so much knowledge in your mind, information. At times you find that you have selective amnesia. Your other things
Yeah.
that you do, you get to forget a lot. But I guess because you have really exhausted your mind cells in as you read. So let us begin in going through that Sounders book. Yeah.
Wow, that is so good, Monica. Thank you so much for being so selfless with the information. And now that you've mentioned that people need content, you're here as a company that is willing to teach people on how to ace it on your first attempt.
Sure.
Nclex has so many, as in those people who've done Nclex, you would hear them if you would go to social media, you would see people saying, I did mine, I passed mine at the fourth attempt, I passed mine at the fifth attempt. You've mentioned that you passed yours on your first attempt. And it's
Yes.
very important for us to know that you've said it's important for you to have content. And you're here now telling people you need to have content. And you're here as a company who is willing to teach people to obtain or to attain that content that you're telling us. So what are your plan as a company? I'll throw it to you because you're one of the directors of this company. So what are your plans, or what are you planning? What are your modes of teaching for this company for you to assist people to master the content? Because you've said for you to pass the NCLEX, however much you know how to answer questions and everything, you must have the content. So what are you planning, you as Monica, who is one of the directors in this company?
Okay, me as Monica, having gone through that journey, I know the tricky questions that were as I was going through and even listening to simple nursing or going through the question banks, I was able to, you'll find a question that probably you tried as you were revising. You tried that question and you did not get it right. And probably in the choices you thought whatever you had chosen to your best of knowledge was the right one. But when you go back to the book, you get to know this is like the question, you get to know the answer that was correct and the reason behind it. So having gone
Sure.
through that sound book, I can be able to guide someone as they go through the modules. Okay, the agency that I was under, we had 4 modules and they were arranged in quite a good way. So I was able to go through the 4 modules first. And then after that, I started reading the sounders. So having been there, done that, I guess I know how to maneuver, how to help a student, because students are different. Everyone is unique in their own way. People learn in different ways. So we have individualized the teaching sessions such that as much as there's that there may be like 10 students, but now you'll be able to know who needs help where, and that
Yeah,
is where
sure.
we help them through. Yes.
And to add on that, me also being one of the directors of this company, to the audience, now this is to the audience, to add on what Monica is saying, we call her Chita Monica because you can hear she's well infused with information that you need, guys. So for me, what I felt like worked for us, we used to have the modules like the way Monica is saying, but at the same time, this thing like you have seen, you will be seeing as a vision, and our motto is hard work is paramount, hard work and determination. Remember, this is adult learning. So I may not be there, me as the teacher, I may not be there, me as your instructor, I may not be there all the time with you to guide you on what to do. So that means it is all dependent on you as a student. So even if we are going to give you the lectures, it means you'll have to have that self-determination. And then at the same time, you'll have to have hard work. One thing you'll have to forego, or one thing you'll have to forget, is sleep, because it is all about dedication. You'll have to dedicate yourself, like maybe for a period of like 5 months. Give it 5 months. You dedicate yourself to this NCLEX. Wake up early, do your studies, like dedicate 5 hours out of 24 hours in a day for NCLEX. Remember, you'll have to sit for your exams, you'll have to sit to be a mother, you'll have to be a father if you're a father, you'll have to go to work. So that means self-determination and hard work is the one that is paramount. And then again, we are saying the motto as the vision of the company: face it till you make it. What do we mean this? You don't fear Nclex because you've heard Zippy saying Nclex was tough. It depends on how you comprehend things. It depends on your, what do we call it, perception. How do you perceive things? How do you understand things? Do you depend on those people who come in front of you and teach you for you to comprehend a thing? Do you depend on seeing something? Do you depend on maybe cocooning yourself in a room and read? It depends on what you do best as an individual. So it's all individualized, like Monica is saying. For me, what worked best for me, I'm a visual person. So I would wish to see you teaching me and understand what you're saying. I would wish to be in a group discussion and listen to somebody discussing. And then remember, at the same time, I will remember this is what Monica said when we were having a group discussion. So if that is what worked for you, then all the best. If that is what works for Zippy, then all the best to Zippy. So I am trying to say, if you find, you as a tutor, you find that a student is well versed with maybe a group discussion, you as Monica, as the tutor of this company, are you going to be encouraging such group discussions amongst the students who are there? It's a question that I'm posing to you, Monica, because that
Yeah,
also worked for us anyway.
sure. Adult learning, you really have so much going on until you think you'd find that 24 hours are not enough for you. Uh, Let me say, I was not able to be in a group discussion. I'm that kind of student that I have to just sit and probably acha nisiseme najiamini sana because I was not able to, because probably they'd say they're meeting up at 4 a.m. and I love my sleep. I'm this person who I'd rather stay up late, probably till 11 or midnight. I am not a 4 a.m. person. So probably that's why I was not able to join a group discussion. But when you're in a group discussion, probably you're four of you. There is one who's good in cardiovascular, there's one who's good in respiratory, another one is good in endocrine. So you get to teach each other. Everyone has read and understood their content. So when you come to discussion, you share what you have read and understood, and now you're summarizing into the smaller bits. So it's quite easier. If you're a good person, you are good to go. I
Yeah,
read,
for sure.
I had a small baby, so let me say my hours were really, because I will hide away. I will hide so that I can be able to read, because once he discovers you're in the house, he wants to come, mommy, all over your
Yeah.
books and your laptop. So probably that's why I didn't have so much time to do the discussion. Yeah, everyone has you just do deal with what works for you at that moment.
Yeah, for sure. I think
Yeah.
so far so good. That is a good information to start with. So, Monica, I would give you the mantle so that you tell people if they want to reach us, how do they reach us? Somebody who has seen us for the first time, they are seeing this on Zippy, the NAS YouTube channel. They have known Zippy, the NAS YouTube channel normally talks about a different thing, not Nclex. But today we are here telling people that we have a class. Maybe we have a class tomorrow. So, how are they going to reach us? Are we charging? Are we charging at the same time? I think you will briefly talk about it so that we are able to summarize this and let it flow to the people.
Yeah, so apparently we've just started we are riding on Zippy the nurse page. So she has all the information. So you probably could DM her, Zippy the nurse, and you'll find me on Facebook as Monica and Jerry Minor. So in case you have any question, please don't shy away from texting into our DMs. So we are starting off. We shall be having two two class times. That is the morning one around 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then there's the other one, 8 p.m. to around 10 p.m. Usually, as you are doing our preparations, they used to tell us that you need approximately 5 hours every day to prepare for this exam, of which the content is quite a lot. So that's why we are talking of the 4 hours in a day. But still, as a student, you really need to have probably that extra hour for you to go through what you've been doing or what you've been reading, or going through what you know that everyone knows their weak points. So you need
Yeah,
that's kind
extra
of,
hour.
yeah, the extra hour to be able to go through what you're not able to understand. Myself, what was quite challenging was the endocrine system. That system is quite something, but with time, the more you really get to read the content and understand, you are able to maneuver those questions, because usually they are grouped like into two. This disease and the other disease that has opposite symptoms. So as you read through the content, you are able to understand how to maneuver the questions. So as a group, we've come up with the first group will have a privilege of starting with some subsidized rates. So we're starting the classes. We have ready students actually. So if you are interested, please DM us so that there's a WhatsApp group link we are going to post so that we can be able to interact further in the WhatsApp group. So we're starting at $62.
Yeah.
That is per month, because we shall
Yeah.
have also to sit down and create the content, try and simplify it to the minute details so that it may be simple for everyone to read the content. And
Yeah.
yes, probably you can add on what I've left out, Zippy.
I think you've done exemplarily well because you've talked about the payment. We are starting as it's like a promotion code, like or something. Like we are trying to promote people so that at least, by the time we are done with our first group, we will have gauged ourselves and such kind of a thing. So like Monica has said, she is our treasurer or she's our accountant. So if you have any issues in terms of payment, you reach out to her. Like she has mentioned we have two classes. We'll be starting our classes from 4 a.m. up to 6 a.m. because of course everybody is a working class. I believe if you want to start this journey, it means you're already a nurse, so you're working somewhere. So
Yeah.
we'll be starting our classes at 4 a.m. up to 6 a.m. And then there's another one that is every day for 5 days. So that means we'll be working from Monday to Friday, right? And then there'll be a class at 8 p.m. That is Kenyan time, 8 p.m. up to 10 p.m. And then there is that exemption of maybe an hour. If a student feels like whatever it is that was being discussed in the class was not quite enough, you can have some little, maybe like 30 minutes with the student to catch up on whatever it is that was left out. Then we will be having our classes will be recorded. So whatever it is that maybe you missed out and you have already paid for the subscription, that means you've already paid to be part and parcel of the class. It will be easy for you to access the recording. So maybe you missed out the class in the morning. If you have paid for the subscription, it means you'll be able to get the recording. So I think so far so good. In case a student requests for an exclusive class, maybe on a weekend, you're not able to attend classes during the weekday, maybe we can say you have a class with a tutor during the weekend. So which means now the prices will be a bit different because you see now that's like a special class for you because I mean at the end of the day you didn't join the other classes. So these will be tailor-made according to the needs of a student. It's not cast on stone that this is what that this is what we are doing. No, 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 no. We've gone through it. We know the challenges that are there. So we are here to help. We are here to assist you. We are here to make you feel at home. We are here to make you feel like it's not something so big. Like me when I was starting, oh my God, people used to say Nclex is so difficult. I mean, you can't pass this thing. So I went with the mind that this thing is so difficult, as in it's a hard thing, it's a hard nut to crack. But we are here to assist you. We will guide you on what you want. This is like, imagine somebody who has just joined nursing school today. You don't know what is nursing. So you've come to us, you don't know what is Nclex. You want to go to the USA, you want to go to New Zealand, you've heard there's a job in Australia, in Canada, you don't know where to start. We will guide you on that. We will guide you until you're in that position of now becoming on your own. So I think basically that's it. We have a WhatsApp group, like Monica has said. On my wall, that is on YouTube, there is a link. I had sent a link. You can join the group so that we are able to see those students who are like on the first module, second module, so that we create a smaller WhatsApp group for you guys and then we move forward. We are starting as soon as possible. So reach out to us. Don't hesitate. Don't feel like this thing is not doable. I mean, we've done it. You have had a Monica did hers when she had a small kid. Actually, me, I started this journey way long time ago. I mean, I started mine. I don't know whether Monica, I'm allowed to mention briefly when I started my journey.
It's
I don't know
okay.
whether you'll allow me to start. I mean
Yes, yes.
to say briefly. Like personally, me, I started this journey I enrolled with the current agency that I have right now in 20th of March 2020. You see? And there were so many challenges because at that time there was Corona. So even if you want your documents to be verified, you can't access a school, because we used to wear a mask. You can't just go to a school and tell people that you want my documents to be verified. So it was a bit difficult. So I delayed with like an year in terms of document verification. I did my Nclex, which was old Nclex generation, like you've had Monica mention of the new Nclex generation. So me, I did the old Nclex generation, which was I think 31st of January 2022. Then I became documentarily complete. Along the journey, you will hear people saying, me, I'm documentarily complete, or I'm on complete case. I don't know, such kind of languages. So I became documentarily complete at a level, a certain level. You'll understand those things later. And I'm still here, but I've passed all through that. So this is something that we've done and we know it. We know all the processes from point A to point Z, like what do you need? So we are here to guide you. Don't feel like it's a giant. This is something that you can do it. We've done it. We've passed through it, so you can also do it. So I don't know whether, Monica, you have anything to add?
No, I'll just say at times you're not able to control your journey. It has some delays that are out of your control. I enrolled with the agency that I have on, it was in October 2022. But my papers that were being verified, they sent my school an email, which I don't know what happened. I don't know if they didn't see the email. So we waited for 3 months to realize that there's an email that they were supposed to respond to that was not responded to. So it really delayed my time to do the exam, but that was enough time I was able to keep revising. So God's timing is the best. So I got to do my exam November last year. So I could say some things are still fresh. So
Yeah.
we shall be
Yeah,
able
and
to.
another thing, yeah, sorry, now that you've mentioned that, I think it's important to tell people, when you're starting this journey, do not compare your journey with somebody else. This journey is individualized. That's one thing I'll tell people. Because you would start today, me and Monica would start at the same time, but you will reach to the land of destination, like the land you're aspiring to go ahead of me. There are some people we started with this journey, but they left before me, and I'm still here. So what I'm trying to say is, do not be deceived by other people out there that when you start with agency B or agency A, you will go faster. No, this journey is individualized. There are so many factors along the way that will hinder your journey to progress. Someone else will start today, and maybe after an year, at the end of the day, they have finished. You understand? So this journey is different. This journey is different for everyone. Do not feel like because you've started today, you want to finish tomorrow. If you don't finish tomorrow, you feel discouraged. No. And then again, something else, there is a process that normally takes place. You get to a point whereby the agency has no control over it. Like currently, what is happening? There are so many people who are on the queue. They have already finished everything. People are wondering, I've heard you saying you're leaving to the US. Why haven't you left? Because it's not about the agency, it's about the embassy and the US government. So these things are just individualized. Do not feel discouraged that maybe you start today with us and at the end of the day you feel like things are not moving. No, 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 no. Everybody's journey is different and it's individualized. Like Monica has said, she started hers, I think, a year ago, and you're almost leaving. Not you're almost leaving as per se, but you're almost documentarily complete for you to be now in the queue waiting for the exit embassy interview. So it's very different. There are some people you started with at the same time, but they are way much behind than you, right? So it's
So
different. This thing is it's quite different.
probably what I'd want to say is if you think of starting this journey, please let your paperwork be ready, like your transcripts from school.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know how, apparently, we have an issue at the passport near your house, passport processing. So once you have your papers ready, like from school, it's going to be easy when they ask for your papers and you're just scanning and sending than starting to travel to the school where you schooled. Probably the people you're finding there, they don't even know you. They can't even probably trace where your papers are. So it's quite advisable that once you're done with the school, just pick your papers and be the custodian of your papers. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's important, by the way, to set your house in order first before you go and start saying that you want to do the document verification and everything, because documents will also make you stagnate at some point. If your documents have an issue, like we've already discussed that in a previous video, whereby somebody by the name Calvin's Oching was trying to explain to us that your documents needs to have correct names. So if you're planning to start this journey and maybe you've not started, it's important for you to put your documents in order, like Monica has said. Maybe your names are Zipora Wangeshi Gishohi, like me, but whatever is appearing in birth certificate is not the same as what is appearing in the ID. Like if you're a Kenyan, you have an ID. So maybe your ID is reading Zipora Gishoho instead of Zipora Gishohi. You need to align your documents first. They should be reading the same from the birth certificate all the way to your transcripts, right? so that by the time you're starting the journey now of becoming like you want to verify your documents, like all your documents are in order. Then after that, apply for your passport. Guys, if you're a nurse out there and you don't have a passport is like your ID. Because assuming like today you're doing a locum, you're working in a hospital, and there is an evacuation that needs to be done, you're told you guys are going to evacuate patients from Kenya, and there's a good money that you'll be paid to USA, and you don't have a passport. Like every nurse should have a passport, so that at the end of the day, if you say that you want to start this journey, even if they ask you for a passport, I mean, it's ready. You just produce the document. Because like Monica has said, there has been an issue. People have been so frustrated trying to look for a passport. You go there, you line up, nothing is working, so you feel frustrated along the way. So what happens? You feel like you want to give up at the end of the day. So make your documents, put your documents in order, make sure your names are just correctly spelled and they are correctly written in all your documents. Then come to us. If they are not in order right now, don't hesitate still to tell us. We will maybe assist you. Maybe I'll be in a position to assist you. I'll give you a number to somebody who is able to assist you. So do not feel shy. Do not withdraw yourself from starting this journey simply because maybe your document has an issue. No. But what we are trying to encourage you is it can be a hindrance for you to progress in this journey if your documents have issues. I think we've exhausted. I don't know how to summarize. I can see Richard Langat here saying, "Congratulations, Monica. Happy to see you doing exemplarily good work." I don't know whether you know Richard Langat.
Yeah, Richard, we were in the same college, nursing
Wow.
school.
At least,
Yeah.
at least if they were to ask, do you know Tutor Monica? You have people whom you graduated with. By the way, just to mention, Monica is a BSN holder. You're a BSN, you're a USRN, you're a critical care nurse. She's currently working in a cardiac ICU. So she's the best person to give you the knowledge that you want. Zipora Gishohi here is a USRN, Kenya critical care nurse, working in a cardiac ICU, well versed with knowledge, having had clinical experience over the last 10 years. I've been saying this on my YouTube channel, and I'm also a digital content creator. That is why we are here on Zippy the Nurse YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I've also seen somebody by the name Christian Orlando. I don't know what boo means. Anyway, whatever that means. Thank you so much, Christian, for your comment. We appreciate you. Next time, make sure you come back and don't forget to subscribe. You will hear something interesting. If today it's boring, you will hear something else which is interesting. And thank you for coming. There is Glory Gaki who is saying, congrats, Zippy and Monica. Wow, this is our colleague. Thank you so much, Gaki, for tuning in. I know she's tuned in from Kenya. She's one of us. Thank you so much for coming. There is Okori Boni. Great work and great work, comrades. Actually, this is one of us. This is one of the directors of Nclex review. I think he should join us. He should join us and tell us something. Bonnie, if you're still watching, I think you need to join the link that I had sent you guys so that you come and say hi to people. Monica, you can share the link with him.
Okay.
So that he says hi to people. Guys, as we wait for one of our directors to come and join us so that he can say hi to us all the way from Uganda. He's by the name Boniface Okori, and I've seen him here. Do not forget to subscribe. Like I had been mentioning this, we will be having great things in this YouTube channel. When we started, we were talking about Nclex journey. Along the way, we started bringing visitors, and how now here we are with good news. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this year, so many great things are coming. So many great nurses you will be seeing so many great people here. So do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, not the subscribe button, but the notification bell button, so that anytime we upload a new video or anytime we are live on YouTube, you'll be able to be notified and you'll be able to join us. So Monica, have you sent him?
Yes, I've shared.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
So as we sum up, as we wait for one of our directors to join us, I don't know whether you're able to take us through the mission of the group or something, just briefly.
Just a minute.
All right. Monica, are you there? Wow, we just dropped Monica. I don't know where she has gone. I don't know where Monica has gone. So let's see this. One minute, guys. I can see you there. I think we've Monica, but I'll take you through our group's motto, vision, and mission. So we are calling ourselves Demystified Nclex Review Course with Zippy the nurse. We are ambitious, talented, professionalized group of people, of nurses who've trodden through the same path, sat and passed NCLEX, and now registered in the USA. We are all USRNs. It's a group of nurses. And we are self-determined, we are highly motivated and enthusiastic in knowledge impaction. Okay? We have our motto, which is hard work and determination is paramount. Our vision is face it till you make it. That's why we are asking you, are you in this journey of becoming a USRN? Do you want to begin your journey today? Okay, so you are in the right place and we are telling you to join us. Our core values is attain or achieve 100% pass rate, maintain professionalism, have integrity at all times. We should all be transparent, and so many other things. What is our mission as a company? Is to establish a fundamental, long-lasting relationship with our nurses by offering them a high-quality service and guidance towards the goals, towards your goal, you as a nurse out there, of achieving your US dream. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is formed with a group where it's a group of nurses, like I've mentioned several times. We have Zipporah Gishohi, who is Zippy the nurse, speaking right now. I'm a digital content creator. I'm a nurse by profession. I've been in this profession in the clinical area for the last 10 years. I normally say it's 14 years because I've been in this profession for like 14 years. So I'm a Kenya registered critical care nurse working in a cardiac ICU currently. I am also a USRN, certified and registered in the United States as a nurse. I already did my Nclex, but I did the old Nclex generation and passed. We also have Monica Maina, who has been here with us. She is a USRN currently. She has done the new Nclex generation, like you've heard as mentioned. She is a BSN holder. She's a critical care nurse in Kenya, and she's also a care surgeon. She's currently working in a cardiac ICU as well. We have Boniface Okori, who is a USRN. He's from Uganda. He is a BSN holder as well. Monica is back. He's a BSN holder as well. He is a director of nursing services in Uganda. He's a critical care nurse as well. And he's doing an exemplary job in teaching people in matters nursing, in matters, what is it called, NCLEX. And now that Monica, you're back, I was trying to take people through what we are doing as a company, as a group, and I think I've taken through them little by little. So you can summarize it for us, because in the interest of time, we need to sum up our topic.
I'm sorry, I hanged up. What have you been able to do? Was the mission all? You able to take to the
I've
mission?
taken you. yeah, I've taken them through the mission and the vision of the group and slightly about the core values. I think what we should measure most is on the core values because we are saying 100% pass rate. Are you able to achieve this as a company? Maybe you will tell us more on what you're planning as a company to achieve 100% pass rate. That means if you have 100 students, all of them should pass because that's your target, that's your core value, that's your
Right.
goal. So how are you
Yeah.
going to achieve this as a company?
As a company, we are going to promise to do our best on our side, but also the learners have a very huge portion to play because everyone will sit for the exam as an individual. But on our side, we promise that the content that we're going to provide is going to assist them to get this 100% pass rate. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
They're able to prepare well for the exam and have the content. However much the exam may be twisted, any question may be twisted, at least when you have the content, you're going to be able to know what are they asking for. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, that's a good job, Monica. And then, of course, at the end of the day, we normally want to say that everything is possible with God. However much we try, but if you don't put God first, it becomes very
Yes.
difficult. So we believe this thing
Mhm.
is doable. With God, everything is possible. So I
With
think
God,
my parting shot is face it till you make it, but remember to put God first. Because I remember during our time, we used to pray and pray and pray and pray and pray with determination, with everything. If you don't believe it, well, there are some people who are atheists, there's some people who don't believe in God, but whatever it is that you believe in God, trust in it, and I think it's going to work. So I don't know
sure.
what's your parting shot, Monica. We've not been able to be joined we've not been able to be connected to Boniface, right?
Yeah. He's not been able to
Yeah, I
join. I
think,
don't know. Yeah.
yeah.
Next time we
Maybe you
should
can
be
give
there.
us, maybe you can give us a parting shot and then we end our life here.
Probably you've heard so much about this huge word Nclex, but when you're able to read and have all your content and your fingertips, I'm sure you're able to pass because we went through it all with the anxiety and still we came out victorious. So put God first, have your content ready, just plan your time well. I'm sure we shall be able to succeed.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. We can end here for now. Like I've told you guys, do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to hit that notification bell so that anytime we are live, maybe we are talking about Nclex, we're talking about sounders, we're talking about things that concern nurses in this journey, you'll be notified. Another thing, if you go to my community page on YouTube, you're able to find a link there that will take you to WhatsApp. You're able to join there, and maybe you will find all of us there. And then, not maybe, you will definitely find us all of us there as the directors of the company, and we'll be able to guide you on what you're supposed to do next. Maybe somebody is out there asking themselves, now because you've talked about it today, are you going to have classes tomorrow? Join the group, you will understand more. There is more to come. We just wanted to come to you people and tell you who we are, what we are planning to do, what our core values, what our mission. Like, we want to work with you. So you need to join us for you to understand what we are doing. I think without wasting so much time, I would say thank you so much for joining. For those who joined us, the likes of Gaki and the rest, God bless you so much. Until next time, Monica, what do we say?
Goodbye.
And have a good night for those who are on night shifts and everything. If it's a night to you guys, have a good night. If it's a day, have a good day. God bless you. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Go to my community wall on YouTube. That is Zippy the Nurse YouTube channel. You will see a WhatsApp link. Kindly join so that we are able to explain more and ask more about what you want to know. We will guide you from there. So thank you so much, Monica. Have a good night as well. And may God bless you.
You too.
All right. Thanks.